Hey, I'm Hammali, and today we are talking about aircraft maintenance related subject. And that's what I do. I'm teaching here in the hangar of Varia, Vantaan ammattiopisto Varia, Lentokoneen asennuspuoli. I'm teaching them the skills of maintenance practice. So today we are talking about the safety wire, what is the safety wire, what tools we need for safety wire, and how we do it, and why do we use it. So what is the safety wire? This what you see, for example, here, it's a typical safety wire in aircrafts. And this is the safety wire before installing. It is just like stainless steel wire, which is you can easily bend, but it's not easy to cut, and it's aircraft standard, and there is different sizes of it. There is this thick one and the thin one. It depends on the size of the bolt or the screw you are using it. It's used to connect two bolts together, or two components together, or three bolts in some cases. And as you see here, there's different kinds of safety wires here installed in some different screws and bolts. So why do we use safety wire in the aircrafts? Of course, not to make our job more harder, but of course to increase the safety for the airplanes. The airplane structures, all of them are attached with bolts and screws, and the airplanes are usually getting different kind of conditions and hard conditions, which is weather, heat, chemical, vibration, and in these cases sometimes the screw or the bolt gets loose in the middle of the flight. Of course, they make inspections always to make sure that everything torqued well and with the specifications which is the manufacturer give, but to make sure that these specifications and these measures stays, they use the safety wire, which is the best method to make sure the bolts are still attached and the whole aircraft parts and components are attached to each other. Let's talk what do we need to install the safety wires. We need safety glasses, of course. Safety first, remember all. It can hurt if it flies to the eyes while you're installing them, and if you are in some place in the aircraft, there may be up the bolts which you are trying to install the safety wires might be up and it falls to your eye. Also, special tools, safety wire twisters or pliers, and they are specialized for installing the safety wires and make the job easier. The good ones contains this small red part here, which is made of silicone, and the main purpose of this is to keep the pieces which is you want to throw to the trash, that they don't fill, for example, if inside the engine or inside the aircraft. You don't want, if you are cutting it, if you're cutting a safety wire, it fills inside like this. So this helps a lot. Another tool, which is you may need it, side cutters. But the one you see here, it's a little bit special side cutter for safety wires for the same purpose. It has the same silicone piece which just keeps the wire from filling inside the plane. There are many ways how to install the safety wires, because it depends on the place or screw or bolt what you are trying to secure with the safety wire. These are different methods and different ways to connect the bolts, safety wires, and some screws here. And here are also more examples to connect. And all these methods are accepted by the industry. So they are doing it by the book, and the student can compare that and make himself he see that he is doing it the best way, or he can do it better when he train more. For that reason, we made this kind of practice board to the students to make it a little bit realistic for them. They train here on level 1 how to connect the bolts with safety wire, and then they can train more later. There is other kinds of boards which is more harder, and in the end they start to train to do it to the aircraft and some more small places and more harder. And with the training, of course, they learn it better, and they start to do it easier. So first we estimate how long we need. Of course, you can take as much as you want, but we try to save. We don't throw it to the trash. So let's say I will take this. This is enough for me. And now let's say I want to connect these two bolts to each other. So first, I put in the hole. I try to keep it straight as much as I can so it doesn't get any bends, because bends makes it easy to cut. And then I turn it, and I try to keep the other side under so it doesn't pop up from here, like now. And then I take the safety pliers and measure where is the other hole in the other bolt from here. So let's say here. I secure the pliers like this. Now they're connected. Now they don't get open in the middle. And now I'm gonna turn or twist the safety wire to this side, to the right side. And this safety plier have two sides, which is right or left. I'm going to the right side to keep securing this longer part here, or longer turn to stay under the other side. Just like this. I try to keep my fingers just to make sure. Now it's a little bit loose, and I think I get enough turns here. How many turns per inch you can check from the aircraft manual. Usually aircraft manual says how many times you twist the wire, but let's say 6 to 8 per inch turns per inch, it's good. And in the end I will just like make one turn just to make sure. Now I open pliers. Let's see. Now I think it's okay. And now I put the wire to the other bolt. Try to keep it straight again. As you noticed that I'm trying to turn this side because it's the side or the direction of tightening the bolt. So all the time it keeps tightening. And if I do it to the other side, then it's to the losing direction, which is wrong. Here I do the same thing. I keep the longer turn under. And now I will turn to this direction, to the left, for the same reason. Until I make sure it's tight. Okay. I cut this part because we don't need it now. We take it to the metal trash. And now this part which stays here, it's so sharp, so I have to think that maybe if somebody else is fixing something in the same area, or me myself, or it could be danger to some some electric wires or something, so I can't keep it like this because it will hurt somebody or it will hurt something in the aircraft. So I turn it to the other side. Down. So now it should be done. Both bolts will keep each other tight all the time. That's our lesson for today. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you learned a new method, and unfortunately you cannot use it everywhere. It requests special bolts, aircraft bolts, which contains a hole inside them, specialized for safety wires. But I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.